Commander Alia Rourke stood at the viewport of the Odyssey starship, her gaze fixed on the pale orb of Tivon below. Once a jewel of interstellar trade and culture, now it was a silent relic, shrouded in an automated quarantine field that hummed faintly against the dark expanse. The distress signal they had received was centuries old but unmistakable. Someone, or something, had sent a call for help from the planet. The fact that the quarantine remained unbroken spoke volumes. Whatever happened on Tivon, it was serious. Behind Alia, the crew prepared for descent. Scientists adjusted equipment. Engineers ran final system checks. The atmosphere was tense but controlled. "Commander, final reports coming in," said Lieutenant Moreno, stepping beside her. "No life signs detected on the surface. No atmospheric changes. The quarantine system is stable and intact." Alia nodded slowly. "So why send the signal now? Something's wrong, and they want us to know." Dr. Leo Marin, the ship's xenobiologist, approached, humming softly under his breath. He was the odd one among the crew, a man who sang quietly. While working, a habit the others had learned to tolerate. His eyes shone with an unspoken curiosity. "They say music soothes the savage beast," Leo quipped with a faint smile. "Maybe it soothes the savage virus too." Alia gave him a sharp look. "Save it for after we land, Doctor." The shuttle descended through layers of cloud, breaking through into the stillness of Tivon's atmosphere. Below, sprawling cities lay abandoned, monuments of a civilization frozen in time. Buildings stood pristine, as if paused mid-function, no crumbled walls. No overgrowth. The silence was absolute. Inside the shuttle, Dr. Marin scanned the readings, his brow furrowed. No decomposition, no signs of struggle. Yet the signal was a call for help. "This doesn't add up." Alia pressed the comms button. "Prepare for landing at Sector 5. We'll need full biohazard protocols." The hatch opened with a hiss, and the team stepped onto the surface. The air was strangely still, yet breathable. Their footsteps echoed on the polished streets. The only sound was the faint hum of the quarantine field and the distant call of their own voices. They reached the first discovery, a council chamber, walls lined with statues and inscriptions, preserved perfectly. At the center lay an alien. Body, eyes open but vacant. It was not dead in the traditional sense, it was suspended. As if caught between life and death, Dr. Marin knelt beside the figure, scanning carefully. No signs of trauma, no infections. But the neural readings, they're static. The mind is offline. Lieutenant Moreno shivered, like they're asleep. Or worse, Alia said quietly. Like they've been silenced. The silence was broken suddenly by a soft vibration from Marin's scanner. His face lit up with excitement and dread. "Commander, I think I've found something. The quarantine isn't just a barrier. It's a prison for something biological, but unlike anything we know." "Explain," Alia said, eyes narrowing. "There's a resonance pattern most like a song embedded in the neural tissue of these bodies. It's a viral signal, but not one made of cells. It's made of sound waves or something similar. It consumes thought, but leaves the body intact." Alia's heart tightened. A virus made of sound. "Not just sound," Leo said. "Emotion, frequency. It's as if the virus is alive and it's feeding off their consciousness." The team exchanged uneasy glances. A living virus that's devoured minds through resonance. It explained the quarantine. The signal was a warning and a trap. Suddenly, one crew member gasped and collapsed. Silence fell again, this time, more terrifying than before. Alia rushed to their side, checking. Vital signs. Infected. Leo's eyes darted to his scanner, voice tense. "It's starting." The echo plague. As the quarantine field flickered faintly, Aaliyah realized their mission had just become a fight, not only for survival, but for the song that might save them all. The sterile corridors of the Odyssey echoed with hurried footsteps and low voices as the crew worked to contain the outbreak. The infected crew member lay unconscious in the quarantine chamber, their breathing shallow but steady. Aaliyah stood outside the sealed door, her jaw clenched, eyes scanning the data streaming across her wrist display. "Status report," she demanded. Lieutenant Marino's voice was tight. 3 more showing early symptoms, slowed responses, emotional dulling. No fever or inflammation. It's like their minds are shutting down. "Like the bodies we found on TV Aaliyah muttered. "Frozen in time, but empty." Dr. Leo. Marin paced nearby, running his fingers through his hair. "The resonance virus isn't your typical infection. It's a neural parasite feeding on the brain's energy through sound patterns. It's silent until it's not." "Explain what you mean," Aaliyah said sharply. Leo's gaze flickered to the console. "The virus spreads through vibration sound waves. Neural resonance. It thrives in silence because the host's brainwaves become predictable and easy to consume, but complex sounds like music create interference." Moreno frowned. "So talking spreads it, but singing might stop it." "Not exactly," Leo said. "It's more complicated. The virus adapts quickly. It mimics sounds, learns frequencies. It's like a predator in a jungle of noise." Aaliyah folded her arms. "So what do we do?" Leo's eyes gleamed with a mix of excitement and fear. "We fight sound with sound." In the lab, Leo worked feverishly, running simulations and analyzing recordings from the infected crew. Each sample revealed eerie, rhythmic pulses like an echo of the virus's presence. "Commander," Leo called, "I need permission to try an experimental treatment." Aaliyah gave a curt nod. "You have it? But don't let this place become a circus." Leo smiled faintly, then turned to his instruments. His voice rose softly as he began to sing a low, haunting melody from his childhood, a folk tune passed down through generations. The sound filled the lab, weaving through the sensors and equipment. The infected crew member on the observation table stirred slightly, eyes fluttering. The spike in neural activity was clear something was happening. Encouraged, Leo varied the tune, adding complex harmonics and subtle dissonances. The infected's vital signs stabilized, and for a moment, hope flickered. Meanwhile, Leah held a meeting with the senior officers. The quarantine field was holding, but the virus was inside. "We can't allow the infection to spread," Aaliyah stated firmly. "Full lockdown protocol remains, no exceptions." "But the virus is adapting," Moreno warned. "It's mimicking our sounds now, whispers, commands, even music. We've recorded it producing strange vocalizations." "Is it intelligent?" Aaliyah asked, voice low. Leo stepped forward. "It's more than a virus. It's a collective consciousness and echo of the Tivon neural network gone rogue." "The planet's mind turned predator," Aaliyah said grimly. Moreno added, "And it's learning from us." As days passed, the crew fell into a fragile rhythm of isolation and experimentation. Leo's singing sessions became both a beacon of hope and a line of defense. The virus, however, responded with its own disturbing countermeasures. Sonic bursts that caused headaches and confusion among the crew. In the mess hall, whispers grew into unease. Some crew members avoided talking altogether, afraid their voices might spread the infection. Aaliyah noticed the changed people growing quiet. Withdrawn. One evening, Leo sat alone in the observation deck, humming a soft tune. Aaliyah joined him quietly. "You really think singing can save us?" she asked. Leo looked up, eyes steady. "It's not just singing. It's the chaos in our voices, the unpredictability of human emotion woven into sound. The virus thrives on order. Our music is pure chaos to it." Aaliyah considered this. Then we have one weapon the virus can't match. Exactly, Leo said. If we can use our voices right, maybe we can break the curse. Suddenly, the ship's alarms blared a loud, irregular pattern that echoed through the corridors. The virus was broadcasting again. Alia stood, determination hardening her features. Get ready. This fight isn't over. The alarms had barely died down before the Odyssey's corridors filled with tense whispers. The virus was no longer content to remain hidden, it was fighting back. Commander Alia Rourke stood in the command center, eyes sharp beneath the harsh lights. On the display screens, fluctuating waveforms pulsed erratically, sonic emissions unlike any natural language, yet chillingly deliberate. Report, Alia demanded. Lieutenant Marino's fingers danced over the console. The virus is mimicking crew communications. It's broadcasting sequences that disrupt neural patterns, inducing confusion, pain, and disorientation. Are we under attack? Alia asked. An attack through sound, Moreno confirmed grimly. It's weaponizing our own biology against us. Dr. Leo Marin leaned forward, eyes narrowed. It's learning from us. Our voices, our rhythms, it's copying them to break down our defenses. Alia's mind raced. They had come prepared to contain a biological threat, but this was something else entirely, a war fought in frequencies and emotions. Any progress on the musical therapy? She asked. Leo nodded slowly. The singing works. It disrupts the virus's resonance, but the virus adapts quickly. Every time I try a melody, it counters with something new, something darker. Then we need something it can't predict, Alia said firmly. Something uniquely human. Leo's eyes lit up. Improvisation. Spontaneity. Our voices aren't just instruments, they're unpredictable emotional expressions. That's what confuses the virus. In the quarantine ward, the infected crew members lay motionless, their bodies alive, but their minds trapped in silence. The echo plague was a thief of consciousness, stealing not bodies, but souls. Leo moved between them, softly singing fragments of old Earth songs. Sometimes the infection would retreat, leaving brief flickers of awareness behind, but the virus's counterattacks intensified. Suddenly, speakers throughout the ship emitted a harsh, grating tone that made several crew members double over in pain. Alia ordered the immediate shutdown of all non-essential systems to prevent the virus from using ship hardware as a weapon. Meanwhile, Leo experimented with new composition-layering rhythms. Shifting pitch, blending ancient chants with modern jazz improvisations. His voice was the front line against an invisible enemy. One night, in the dim glow of the lab, Leo paused his singing to catch his breath. Alia entered quietly. You're risking yourself, she said softly. Leo shrugged. It's the only way. My voice is the virus's kryptonite. I just have to find the right key. Alia nodded, respect evident in her eyes. Keep singing. We're counting on you. Elsewhere, strange phenomena began. The quarantine field flickered sporadically, allowing fleeting glimpses into the dead cities below. Shadows moved, ghostly figures of Tivon-Sloth's inhabitants. Perhaps echoes trapped between life and death. The ship's sensors recorded subtle shifts in the atmosphere, as if the planet itself was waking from a long slumber. Commander, Moreno reported. The virus's central core might be located in the planet's neural network, an ancient system designed to manage the civilization's data and memory. Then that's where we need to strike, Alia said. Eyes steely. Leo proposed a daring plan to broadcast a powerful sonic pulse from the ship's main array, using his voice and layered music to disrupt the virus's core resonance. It's risky, Leo warned. If I push too hard, it could overwhelm the system and me. Then it's a risk we have to take, Alia replied. As preparations began, tension among the crew mounted. Fear of the unknown mingled with hope. Leo spent hours rehearsing, refining his melodies, testing vocal ranges, and perfecting the balance between chaos and order. On the eve of the operation, Elia visited him one last time. "You're humanity's voice now," she said quietly. "Sing for all of us." Leo smiled, a mixture of exhaustion and determination. "I'll make sure the virus hears the song of Earth." The Echo Plague was no longer just a threat to survival, was a battle for the soul of the Odyssey crew. And perhaps the future of Tivan itself. The hum of the Odyssey's main array filled the command deck, vibrating through the hull like a low heartbeat. Commander Alia Rourke watched as Dr. Leo Marin took his place before the sonic console, his expression a mix of steely focus and quiet determination. "This is it," Alia said, steadying her voice. "The virus has pushed us to the edge. Now, it's time to push back." Leo nodded, adjusting the microphone. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and began to sing. At first, the sound was soft and ancient melody from Earth's forgotten past, delicate and haunting. The notes rose and fell like waves, weaving through the air in invisible threads of harmony. The crew listened in tense silence, feeling the vibration ripple through the ship. On the monitors, sensors detected a change-bore clouds drifting. Through the quarantine field began to waver, some dissolving into harmless dust. "It's working," Leo whispered. But the virus was not defeated yet. From the speakers erupted a harsh, discordant noise, a twisted countermelody that made several crew members clutch their ears, gasping for breath. "It's fighting back," Moreno shouted. "The virus is adapting to your song." Leo faltered for a moment, but recovered, shifting his tune with practiced agility. His voice rose, layering new harmonic stays, improvisations, folk refrains, chaotic rhythms no algorithm could predict. The virus shrieked through the speakers, a sound so sharp it made the ship's hull vibrate painfully. But beneath the agony, the spore clouds cracked and splintered. Breaking apart, Alia paced, barking orders to adjust power levels, boost transmission strength, and monitor crew vitals. Some crew members experienced mild seizures. The sonic warfare was taxing them as well. Then, a new threat emerged. A crew member previously uninfected suddenly doubled over in agony. Their voice, unintentionally, began to mimic the virus's counter-melody, shrieking a painful tune that spread rapidly through the ship's acoustic system. Alia's heart pounded. Seal the decks. Isolate the source. Leo rushed to the console, trying to override the rogue signal, but it was too late. The virus had found a new weapon using human voices against them. The infected screams echoed through the corridors, sowing panic and confusion. In the chaos, Leo did the unthinkable. He began to sing louder, stronger, over the screams, pouring every ounce of his emotion into the song: fear, hope, defiance. His voice became a beacon, a tide turning the battle back in their favor. Slowly, the rogue signals weakened. The crew member collapsed, unconscious but alive. Alia moved swiftly to secure the affected crew, ordering emergency medical protocols. "Leo," she said, breathless, "your singing saved us." He shook his head. "It's not just me, it's all of us. Our voices, our emotions, they're the virus's kryptonite." Meanwhile, beneath the quarantine field, the planet's ancient neural network stirred. Crystal structures deep within the core pulsed faintly, responding to the sonic assault. Sensors aboard the Odyssey detected data streams, awakening fragments of Tivan's lost civilization flickering back to life. "The virus isn't just a pathogen," Leo explained to Alia. "It's a collective consciousness, a neural network gone rogue, trying to protect itself." Alia nodded grimly. "Then disrupting it means more than killing a virus. We're confronting a planet's memory." "Exactly," Leo said. "And our song is rewriting its code." As the hours dragged on, the battle between song and silence waged. Leo's voice, strained but never faltered, weaving melodies of ancient earth music, unpredictable jazz, and heartfelt folk. The crew joined in where they could, soft humming, rhythmic clapping, and eventually, cautious singing. A human chorus grew, rising as one. Something remarkable happened. The virus's harsh countermelodies lost strength. The spore clouds thinned, colors shifting from deadly black to faint blue. Then, fading away completely, the quarantine field flickered and then lifted, revealing a planet slowly awakening from a centuries-long slumber. Alaya exhaled, her voice hoarse but triumphant. We broke the silence. Leo smiled weakly. And in that silence, we found our song. But even as hope bloomed, Alia knew their mission was far from over. The planet was alive, but what future would await them? The quarantine field dissolved like morning mist, leaving the Odyssey suspended above a planet awakening to new light. Tivon's surface shimmered under the rising sun. The city's no longer frozen relics, but slowly breathing back to life. Commander Alia Rourke stood on the observation deck, the weight of what they'd accomplished settling in. Around her, the crew moved with cautious hope, no longer prisoners of silence, but pioneers of a new dawn. Status report, Alia called. Lieutenant Marino's voice came steady. The viral signature has vanished. The echo plague appears neutralized. Bioscanners indicate residual neural activity in several key sites below. Dr. Leo Marin was beside her, eyes bright despite exhaustion. The virus was part of the planet's neural network. It wasn't just a pathogen, was a defense mechanism, a response to centuries of neglect and isolation. Alia looked down at the surface below. Then, what exactly were we fighting? Leo sighed. A forgotten memoried Vaughn's attempt to preserve itself by shutting out the universe. The echo plague was its silence, enforced by soundless predators that fed on consciousness. Our song rewrote that silence. The team prepared for descent, the shuttle lowering through the crisp atmosphere. As they landed in Sector 5, the air was cool and filled with a delicate hum, the resonance of awakening life. The city streets, once cold and lifeless, now pulsed faintly with energy. Walls shimmered with bioluminescent patterns, a language written in light and color. Alia led the way to the council chamber where the first infected had been found. Inside, the alien body now showed signs of life breathing, shallow eyes fluttering. "This is remarkable," Leo whispered. "Their minds are rebooting." Suddenly, the chamber filled with a chorasa, soft, harmonic vibration rising from hidden crystalline structures embedded in the walls. It was the planet itself, singing a melody both alien and beautiful, telling stories of long-lost history, triumph, and tragedy. Alia felt a chill. The planet is alive in a way we never understood. Leo smiled softly, and it's sharing its song with us. As days passed, the crew worked to restore power and communication systems, carefully documenting the resurgence of Tivon's neural network. The planet's memory banks awakened, revealing archives of culture, science, and philosophy encoded in sound and light. The alien civilization was advanced. Their technology intertwined with their biology, creating a symphony of life and machine. But the isolation and fear of external threats had caused their greatest creation, the neural network, to turn inward. Silencing them, Leo and Alia walked through the once silent streets. Now alive with soft vibrations, "We may be the first outsiders to truly understand their song," Leo said. "And maybe, just maybe, we can help them sing again." Alia nodded, her gaze distant but determined. "We owe them that much." Yet beneath the optimism, shadows lingered. Sensors detected irregular energy surges deep beneath the surface, signs that the echo plague's core consciousness might still persist. Fragmented but dangerous, Moreno reported, the virus wasn't just a defense. It was also a guardian of something ancient, something this planet's inhabitants buried long ago. Alia frowned. We need to find out what. One evening, in the glow of the alien city's bioluminescent lights, Leo gathered the crew. "We've seen the virus was a symptom, not the disease," he said. "There's a deeper mystery, a secret, locked in Tivon's core." Alia stepped forward. "Tomorrow, we'll lead an expedition to the neural nexus. If we're going to truly heal this world, we have to confront whatever lies beneath." The crew exchanged nervous but resolute looks. The fight to reclaim Tivon was far from over. As night deepened, soft song drifted through the corridors of the Odyssey, not Leo's voice, but something older, woven from the planet itself. It was a lullaby of hope and warning, a reminder that even in silence, the song must go on. At dawn, the Odyssey crew assembled at the edge of the sprawling city, preparing for the descent to the neural nexus's subterranean complex believed to house the core of Tivon's ancient neural network. The air buzzed softly with bioluminescent pulses, casting eerie patterns across the faces of the explorers. Commander Alia Rourke led the group, her gaze steady despite the unknown dangers. Ahead, Dr. Leo Marin adjusted his instruments, humming an improvised melody to calm his nerves. Behind them, Lieutenant Moreno ran final scans, eyes flickering over the data. "This is it," Alia said quietly. "Whatever secrets we find down there could change everything." The team entered a large crystalline tunnel, walls shimmering with patterns that seemed to pulse in time with their footsteps. The hum of the planet's song grew louder, vibrating through the air and their bones. Leo's scanner detected a complex neural resonance ahead. The Nexus is alive. This isn't just a machine, it's a living archive. As they ventured deeper, the tunnel opened into a vast chamber where enormous crystalline structures floated suspended in midair, connected by delicate filaments of light. At the center pulsed a glowing core, throbbing with raw energy and faint echoes of voices long silent. Suddenly, the glow dimmed, and a voice filled the chamber, harmonic tone, both beautiful and haunting. "Welcome, strangers," it sang. Layered with emotions, curiosity, caution, hope, Alia stepped forward. "We come in peace. We seek to understand and to heal." The voice responded with a surge of energy. Images blooming in the air, visions of Tivon's past, a vibrant civilization thriving in harmony. The birth of the neural network, and then the fearful isolation that led to the echo plague. Leo interpreted the network was designed to preserve their culture and consciousness. But when faced with external threats, it activated a defense mechanism, the resonance virus. It shut down the planet's mind to protect it. But that protection became a prison, Alia said softly. "Yes," the voice agreed. A cage of silence. The core pulsed gently. "You have sung the song of chaos and order, breaking the silence. You are the first to do so in centuries." Leo stepped forward. "What must we do now to heal the wound?" The voice replied. "Balance must be restored. The network needs renewal, not destruction." Alia nodded. "We want to help." The chamber shimmered as strands of light extended toward them, intertwining with their own neural scanners. Memories, knowledge, and emotions flooded their minds, visions of Tivon's greatest achievements, its art, music, and wisdom. But also warnings. The delicate balance that once maintained the network could be broken again if fear or isolation returned. "We must share your song," Leo said, "not just here, but beyond. Your story will be a warning and a hope." The core pulsed brighter, a sign of acceptance. Suddenly, a tremor shook the chamber. The virus's remnants resisted, manifesting as dark shadows in the periphery. Trying to pull the core back into silence, Alia and Leo exchanged determined looks. "We sing." Leo said. Together, they raised their voices, Leo's complex melodies blending with Alia's steady hum, creating a tapestry of sound that pushed back the shadows. The darkness recoiled, dissolving into strands of light. The core stabilized, its glow steady and warm. You have restored balance, the voice said. Devon will awaken, and its song will join the stars. As the crew emerged from the Nexus, the planet itself seemed to sigh a release of centuries of silence. Back aboard the Odyssey, Alia looked at Leo. We've done more than survive. We've rekindled the civilization. Leo smiled tiredly. And shown that sometimes the most powerful weapon is a human voice. The neural nexus glow lingered in their minds long after the crew returned to the Odyssey. The knowledge and memories shared by the planet's consciousness felt less like data and more like a living symphony, a chorus of voices from a civilization reborn. Commander Alia Rourke sat in the ship's common room, surrounded by her weary but hopeful crew. The hum of the ship was punctuated by quiet conversations, whispers of what they had witnessed, what they had learned, and what still lay ahead. Dr. Leo Marin entered, carrying a small device humming softly with bioluminescent light, a neural interface designed to bridge human minds with Tivon's network. This could allow us to communicate directly, Leo explained, to sing with the planet, not just hear it. Alia's eyes gleamed with cautious optimism. Is it safe? Leo shrugged. There are risks. The virus remnants might still linger in the network, and exposure could overload the mind. But the potential is enormous. The decision was unanimous. A select team would volunteer to connect to the interface, to learn and to teach. In the neural chamber once more, Leo and Alia sat connected to the interface. Tendrils of light wove around their temples, syncing their neural patterns with the planet's song. At first, it was overwhelming, a torrent of sensations, colors, emotions, and history cascading through their consciousness. The planet's memory was vast, but fragmented, like a shattered symphony waiting to be pieced together. Suddenly, a discordant note pierced the flow, a shadow lurking beneath the melody. The virus remnants, though weakened, still stirred, trying to twist the connection into chaos. Leo's voice broke through the mental tempest, humming a steady, reassuring melody. Alia followed, their voices weaving into the neural song, stabilizing the connection. Together, they discovered the planet's core message, a plea for unity, for connection, and for the sharing of stories across the stars. We're not just visitors, Alia whispered in awe. We're becoming part of its story. But back on the ship, the physical strain of the neural interface began to show. Crew members experienced headaches, disorientation, and vivid dreams blending past and present. Moreno reported, the connection exposes the mind to centuries of memories and emotions. It's a powerful experience, but dangerous if unprepared. Leo nodded gravely. We'll need to develop training protocols before more can connect. Despite the risks, the Odyssey crew felt the pull of something greater, a cosmic harmony. They were only beginning to understand. Meanwhile, sensors detected increased activity on Tivon's surface. Cracks of light traced ancient pathways, spreading like veins of energy awakening after a long slumber. Alia realized the planet itself was healing, slowly restoring its ecosystems and culture. But with awakening came unpredictability. One evening, alarms sounded across the ship. The virus remnants had triggered a defensive response, a sonic pulse, designed to expel intruders. The crew scrambled to dampen the ship's acoustic systems, but the pulse rattled the hull, causing minor damage. Leo's voice rose again in song, layering complex harmonies to counter the pulse. Alia gritted her teeth, issuing commands to shield vital systems. This planet's defenses are not just mechanical, she muttered. They're alive. As the pulse faded, Alia gathered the senior officers. we've won a battle. But the war for this planet's future isn't over, she said. Leo added, we must learn to sing with the planet, not just at it. Harmony requires understanding. The crew nodded, united by purpose and song. In the quiet moments that followed, Alia found herself alone in the observation deck. She gazed out at the awakening world below, a place once silent, now humming with potential. A soft melody drifted through the air vents. A new song born from the union of human and alien voices. Smiling, Alia whispered, the song goes on. The Odyssey's crew worked tirelessly as the days passed, learning to listen to the planet not as conquerors, but as partners. The neural interface became more than a tool. It was a bridge between two worlds, a means to share stories, music, and knowledge. Commander Alia Rourke stood before the assembled crew one morning. The soft bioluminescent glow from Tivon's surface painting her face. We came here seeking to contain a virus, but we found a civilization and a song that refused to be silenced. Her words rippled through the room, stirring hope and resolve. Leo stepped forward, his voice calm, but filled with passion. The Echo Plague was a wound born of fear, isolation, and loss. But through our voices, we healed it. We reminded this planet and ourselves that connection is life. The planet responded in kind. Tivon cities blossomed with renewed energy. Bioluminescent gardens sprouted along streets once empty. Streams of light flowed through the neural network. Carrying messages and melodies, the planet was singing again, and this time humans were part of the chorus. However, the journey was far from over. The neural network's vast memories included warnings, forgotten conflicts, cosmic threats, and the fragility of balance. One such memory revealed a dire prophecy. If the harmony was broken, the Echo Plague could return. Stronger and more destructive, Alia convened a meeting with her team. We must guard this balance, she said. Our song is powerful, but so is the silence that wants to consume. Leo added, that's why we must continue learning from Tivon, from each other, and from the universe itself. Days later, a new initiative began. The Odyssey would remain in orbit, a beacon and guardian, while a small team, including Alia and Leo, established a research and cultural exchange station on Tivon's surface. Their mission, to nurture the planet's rebirth, to share humanity's stories, and to ensure the Echo Plague silence would never return at the heart of the station. Leo composed new songs blending Earth's musical heritage with the alien melodies of Tivon. He taught local inhabitants to sing, to express, to connect. His voice became a symbol of hope, proof that even the darkest silence could be broken by song. One evening, Leah stood beneath the twin moons of Tivon, the night alive with stars and gentle harmonies. She reflected on their journey, the virus that nearly claimed him, the melodies that saved him, and the fragile beauty of a planet and people reborn. A soft voice whispered through the neural network, a song of gratitude and promise. The song was theirs now, a shared future forged in trust, harmony, and resilience. As dawn broke over Tivon, Alia smiled. The human voice had broken the quarantine, shattered the silence, and healed a world, and the song, she knew, would go on forever.